straight talking style, no nonsense chit chat. Oh no Nora, that's where it's at. Oh no, hot dog holding people's feet to the fire, spilling out the truth, never feeling tired. Nora brings the heat, everyone's wired. Oh no Nora, what you inspire. Oh no, hot dog holding people's feet to the fire, spilling out the truth, never feeling tired. Nora brings the heat, everyone's wired. Oh no Nora, what you inspire. Oh no Nora, you make it sing, facts and laughter. You always bring straight to the point, no messing around. Oh no Nora, we hear sound. In the spotlight, you're shining bright, brighten up the dark like a city light, leading us through with your honest might. Oh no Nora, you got it right. Nora won't stop, will never slow down, spreading all the joy all over town. Oh no, hot dog turning our frown into a smile. Oh no Nora, for the crown. Oh no Nora, you make us sing, facts and laughter. You always bring straight to the point, no messing around. Oh no Nora, we hear sound. Oh no Nora, you make us sing, facts and laughter. You always bring straight to the point, no messing around. Oh no Nora, we hear sound.
Oh my God, you guys. We are live from the garage. It is a live production here, guys, which means every time, apparently, I make a goofadoodles. And that was one at the beginning there. I am realizing that I love my software, but like in order to go live on Instagram, right, I have to copy a link and then I have to send it to Instagram and then Instagram has to go live, but I have to click on like go live there. And so I was trying to do that very unsuccessfully. And then, yeah, I don't need that. And then every time I bring something up, it puts it in front of the broadcast and I couldn't tell if you guys were seeing it or not. And now it's just a disaster. I can't, I cannot do that. I don't know. It's not letting me, like add it in there. So whatever. I don't know. I want to broadcast to Instagram. Both times I thought I was broadcasting to Instagram and apparently I wasn't. So, but we have a lot of other things to go over and there we go. And, there we go. There's no thing here to like add in the little link once you're live. There's just nothing you can do. But I have it all, ready to go. And then, yeah, it won't let me do it. Sins of Scientology in the house. Thank you for being here, everybody. Thank you for being here. You think you're my twin, SPTV gaming community? Are you having the same technical difficulties? Or do we just look exactly alike? Also, thank you for letting the world know that there is an SPTV gaming channel. So I would love to know more about this and what games you guys are doing and all that kind of stuff. Because this is fascinate. How is the future in Australia? I hope it is good. Yeah. Send it on over. Send it on, Red Rover, Red Rover. Send the request on over. A blooper reel of all my technical difficulties. Wonderful. Can somebody else do that? Because, no, I'm just kidding. Maybe I'll figure it out. Oh, my goodness. Okay, guys. Well, we have a lot to get to. And I'm sorry, people on Instagram. It's not going to let me do it now. It was live. And then it's not doing that. I'll try one more time. I think it's a new link every time. Yeah. I don't have a way to end it into my live stream. So I'm super bummed. Output. No, that's not what I want. Yeah. None of it gives me the things that I want. It won't, there's nowhere, even when I have the destinations up, it won't allow me to let me try putting that in. Nope. It's just a disaster. Yeah. All right. Well, I am so sorry that once you're in here forever and you can never, ever leave. But that's okay. We're here. And that's all that matters. Okay. So away we go. It's raining diplomas. Now, I got this. I'm not going to lie to y'all because why? Why would I do that? That seems real dumb. Today's episode is brought to you and inspired by Rabbit's stream earlier today. If y'all did not catch Down the Rabbit Hole news, she did a live stream I jumped into to clarify a lot of terms and things that, were, oh, okay. There we go. That are also Scientology, right? So let's dive in and let's just look at all the documents here. So the first one is, of course, the document that Rabbit was sharing earlier. Okay. This one here is, let me see here. Ooh. One second, guys. I keep doing stuff wrong, and it's really bugging me that keeps happening. So we're gonna. I want to. Okay, let's do this. One second. Oh, that's awful. I can't read anything Google Docs. Why would you do that? This is terrible. Oh no. Ew. Okay, let me try that. There we go. All right. Now we're cooking with gas. Oh, good grief, Nora. Here we are. There we go. I am too big. Let's just adjust that. There we go. Now I'm nice and tiny. Teeny tiny Nora. All right. Here we go. So this is the one that Rabbit was showing earlier. It's an FDD, which is a flag divisional directive. Okay. Now, flag has two meanings in Scientology. It's the physical place in Florida, the Mecca of technical perfection. Okay. And the second definition is like if something's coming from flag, like these things here, these flag divisional directives, it could mean like upper management, because at the time there was no int management, or not in the same structure. So flag would send out things because technically they are a higher org as well. Okay. So this one went to Div 1 US only. So this is going to the Hubbard Communication Office, Division 1. That's Department of Personnel. Okay. All HASs, that's the Hubbard Area Secretaries. PPOs, that's Personnel Procurement Officers or Sea Org Recruitment Officers. Okay. In a regular org. Execs, security, and OSA. These are the people that it's going to, right? Guidelines re minors on staff. Okay. So now the reference for this one is a flag order, regulations and laws, obedience to flagship order 725 Spanish port restrictions. So they took an old flag order and kind of modified it to make this new order. Okay. So a lot of times new orders, especially ones that came out after L. Ron's passing, would be based on other L. Ron stuff, right? So management could continue to make orders and things that are based on L. Ron's technology. Okay. So there was a recent shore flap with the U.S. government over the schedule that some minors on staff keep. Now, this is 1986 when this was written. This was reissued. This was issued in 1986. This was sent again via telex in 1989. So 3 years later, and it's from the CO-OSA PAC, right? So that's not Mike Rinder, because he was the CO-OSA int. This is from, okay, the CO-OSA PAC, and it's going directly to Celebrity Center International, Telex Op CCI, Celebrity Center International, CCI. So this was sent from the OSA PAC over to Celebrity Center to have them clean up their shit in 1989. Okay. So a minor is someone under the age of 18. In case you guys weren't clear on that, that's the definition of a minor. Okay. Whereas as a church, we are arguably exempt from the federal and state labor laws. So right here, we're going to have a separation of church and state. Scientology is a church. We don't have to follow those laws because we church. That is for people. Okay. Regarding the employment of minors are broader. Okay. Laws regarding the employment of minors are broader. Federal officials consider that they have a right and a responsibility for the minors. That means all minors in that governance, whether it's, city, state, municipality, county, nationwide. Okay. For the minors. And if they receive a complaint regarding the treatment of minors, they are quick to investigate. We have CPS. We have, all these other units of the government who will come and interfere with church activities by investigating. Oh no. Uh-oh, hot dog. It is necessary with this issue to lay out for all the laws regarding employment of minors. Okay. A country has laws and regulations to coordinate its activities. Guys, did you know that countries have laws and regulations to coordinate their activities? I was unaware. I'm today years old, guys, when I found that out. Maybe we should start following laws, guys. I think this is a brilliant idea. So here, in between here and here, we've lost something. These are fine loopholes in them. That is complicated and dishonest. So it's just much simpler to just know and obey them. Okay. So LRH isn't advocating for breaking the law. It's much more sinister. All right. So now this flag order is another reference in this thing here. Below is a summary of the laws regarding the employment of minors. They're combined from federal and state laws to provide a general useful guideline to use when establishing schedules for minor staff members. Okay, so let's look at the ages that are broken down here. Age 6 to 16. Ages 6 to 16. I want everyone to just let that sink in for just a minute. That in this flag order, L. Ron and others recognized that there were children as young as 6 being in the employ of the Sea Organization across the planet and across the United States, because this is specifically directed right now to Celebrity Center in Los Angeles, 5930 Franklin Avenue. Oh, I just pulled that out of my hat. 6-year-olds. How many people have a 6-year-old or have had a 6-year-old in their life, because that child is now older? Please put a 1 in the chat. A 6-year-old is a first grader. That is a first grader. But it says they must attend school. Well, thank God. Okay. Unless, and remember, this is for a 6-year-old also. Unless he or she has a high school diploma or he or she has been awarded a certificate of proficiency past a grade equivalency exam. A 6-year-old is okayed to go get a GED, guys, or their Doogie Howser, one or the other. A 6-year-old can go get a GED. I want you to let a 7-year-old, an 8-year-old, a 9-year-old, a 10-year-old, any of those ages between 6 to 16 are totally okay to work as long as they got that paper. Let's just reflect on that for a minute. Type of school. They can go to public school, full-time private school, tutoring under the direction of a teacher certified for the grade level. She, because it's always going to be a woman. It's never he. Never going to be a man teacher. She is tutoring for 3 hours a day, 175 days a year between the hours of 8 a.m. and 4 p.m. Okay. So that's California state law at the time in 1986. Okay. Kids have to get tutored by a certified teacher for 3 hours a day, 175 days a year, between the hours of 8 and 4. Okay. Employment of minors, federal law. Okay, now we're going from the state to the feds, the whole country. Per the federal government, a person 14 and up can hold a job. I've got a 15-year-old, a 17-year-old, and a 19-year-old. 2 of those kids have jobs. One is the 19-year-old. The other is the 17-year-old. She has a summer job. My 15-year-old thinks they want a job, and the 12-year-old is busy playing with Legos. Okay. Minors below 14 years of age should be active members of the cadet org. So So if you're under 14, you are relegated to the cadet org, learning their basic study and staff, holding execs posts within the cadet org. The cadet org, making it org cadets can be proud of. A cadet must be a member of the cadet org if under the age of 14 and may not take a separate post in an org. The cadet org and its program does not constitute employment. No, because you have teeny tiny babies and children there that are all cadets. Right? But read Jenna Miscavige's book. If Mama Opal or Nancy can put a link to Jenna Miscavige's Audible and her Amazon link, I'd be eternally grateful. Because you guys should get her book. She talks about the executive structure in the cadet org, as well as the labor that she was made to do. Also, Catherine Spallino, Bad Cadet, samesies. Get either one of or both those books and do yourself a favor. Now, I haven't read this one yet. I'm going to pimp out another book, a brand new book here that I was turned on to by a friend of mine. I just got it in my hot little hands. This is called Acne, a memoir by Laura Chin. Now, this person, hello, my lighting went away. Boop, there we go. This person is the sister of Tamari Chin, who I was the supervisor of for many years at Celebrity Center. This book, listen, Tina Fey loved it. That's how funny this book is. Is about growing up in Scientology, getting her foothold in Hollywood, and she's hilarious. So get yourself a copy of Laura Chin's Acne. It's also a tale of being a Scientology kid in Hollywood. Absolutely, absolutely. So let's go back here. 14 to 15-year-olds. Okay, now that you've hit puberty and your hormones are raging, get to work. Per the federal laws, a minor 14 to 15 years of age cannot work for more than 3 hours a day, 18 hours a week, or before 7 a.m. or after 7 p.m. On non-school weeks, vacations, a minor can work 8 hours a day, but not more than 40 hours a week. Now, if you remember earlier in this document, school only has to go for 175 days. There's 365 days of school of the year. So that leaves roughly 200 vacation days that you can legally count for a minor under your care to work that 40 hours per week, right? Okay. 16 to 17-year-olds. Per the state, minors 16, 17 years of age can work up to 8 hours a day on a school day or a day immediately before a school day. He can work between the hours of 5 a.m. and 10 p.m. on school days and before a school day. If the next day is a non-school day, he can work until 12:30 a.m. Yes, let's get those all-nighters rocking and rolling. High school diploma. A minor who has either graduated from high school or has been awarded a certificate of proficiency may be employed for the same hours as an adult and may perform the same work as an adult. This is still not to exceed 8 hours a day. Uh-oh, machinery and chemicals. Now we're getting serious. Generally, okay, and this is their big asterisk moment here. Generally, minors age 16 and below cannot work in, on, or around the following: manufacturing, mining, or processing occupations. Yeah, that was what happened in the 20s when we got, the child labor laws put in place so that children weren't put inside of factory machines, touching things and getting torn apart by them because people decided that was child abuse. Right? This also seems weird since, if you recall in Jenna's book, she talks about the children's making the e-meters. That seems like they didn't follow that. Occupations involving the operation of or tending of hoisting apparatuses or any power-driven machinery other than office machines. So they're allowed to use faxes and telexes, but don't you dare be hanging off the side of a building, damn Yamaguchi, or other miners who were on the RPF doing the exterior stucco of the entire big blue building. No, no, no. But they did. Occupations in the connection with transportation of persons or property by any means, warehousing and storage, construction, including demolition and repair. I can promise you that kids have done all of those things. The exception to the previous paragraph is in sales or office work in connection with transport, storage, or construction, etc. As long as the sales office work is not done on a means of transportation or at the actual site of construction operations. What about all the kids who were recruited to work on the ship and then made to repair the ship continuously as it was at sea? Seems like we forgot about that. Of course, that's international waters. You don't have to follow any laws, right? So, yeah. Yeah. Occupations in connection with any processes using dangerous or poisonous acids in the manufacture or packing of paints, colors, lead in soldering. I can just tell you that happened. In any occupation that is dangerous to life or limb. Well, being in a cult is definitely dangerous to both of those things. So, yeah, they shouldn't have been anywhere near Scientology. Enforcement, the HCO area secretary, that's the person in charge of the 3 departments, personnel ethics, right? And the routing of communications, okay? The HAS of each org is responsible for seeing that these guidelines are adhered to by any of their minor staff. Executives are expected to also enforce the guidelines. Office of Special Affairs, legal staff, or internal investigation staff and security staff may at any time inspect and insist on correction of any outnesses found. Approved, this came from the legal sec OSA, approved by the CO OSA, that's Mike. CO OSA US, CO OSA INT, that's Mike. And Deputy Executive SW International for Security, I believe. Authorized by AVC for Church of Scientology International. This is like the church that's like RTC. But they verify everything, right? So then all the people that typed this, right? I don't know KS and MS. MR is Mike Render. And this is copyrighted 1986 here. Okay, Scientology flag or trademarks, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so dear all, this is what the actual fax said, okay? Dear all, here's a memo summarizing compulsory education in California. I do plan to redraft the minors issue. Until this is done, please use the following to help answer questions that come across your lines. Much love, Laurie, in-house attorney, OSA US. So that Laurie is Laurie Bartleson. Now, for those of you guys who don't know who Laurie Bartleson is, you will know who her daughter is. This is Lindsay Bartleson. She was on the television show Grounded for Life. She and Patrick Renna, this guy, you're killing me, Smalls, together, along with some other high-powered second-gen Scientologists, opened the Los Feliz mission in Hollywood, and its number one purpose and mission is to recruit young people and young actors into Scientology and be a farm to Celebrity Center International. So her mommy is this lady who was the OSA in-house attorney at the time. Okay. She was born into this Scientology royalty family. She basically got to do whatever she wanted to do. Patrick Renna, samesies. his family has connections all over Scientology as well. All right. So Lori says, each person between the ages of 6 and 18 years not exempted under the provisions of this chapter, this is the California Education Code, is subject to compulsory full-time education. Each person subject to compulsory full-time education, and each person subject to compulsory continuation education, not exempted under the provisions of Chapter 3. Okay, so the parents are legally responsible for ensuring that the minor attends school. This is very key here, the parents. The following exemptions to the law are possible interest. Peoples with temporary disabilities who are to be given individual instruction by the school's district, usually applied to hospitalized minors. Also, that would be nowadays, if your kid has an IEP, an individualized education program, because they are somewhere on the spectrum, or they, have ADHD or something like that, right? Students attending a private full-time day school, this got cut off. Students receiving a minimum of 3 hours per day of tutoring by private tutor with valid state license for the grade being taught. Students 15 or older on an approved leave of absence for up to 1 semester. High school graduate over 16. Students who are disqualified from classes because of physical or mental condition, or because personal services that must be rendered to their dependents. Students between 16 and 18 and employed full-time. If not graduated from a high school, these students must attend continuing education classes at least 4 hours per week at the continuing classes maintained in their school, but are looking for work. They may qualify for a 15-hour per week continuing education program, right? So this is all ways to get around it. Okay. Summary. Here's her summary. If the person is under 13, he or she is not eligible for any organization other than the cadet org. Okay. And must attend school full time. He or she is not eligible to be in the Sea Org unless his or her custodial parents is in the Sea Org also, or lives in the Los Angeles area. This is because a person under 14 may not be emancipated from his or her parents. There is one loophole. If the person is 14 to 16, he or she may have a post in an org, but must attend school full time and be on post part-time only during the school year. The minor must go to school even if he or she is a high school graduate. If the parents of the minor are not in the Sea Org and posted in California, the minor must also get an okay from legal to be emancipated and be emancipated. So anywhere between 14 and 16 must get emancipated. We're going to talk about how you do that with a 14 to 16-year-old, because we're not paying for all those legal fees to go to court. This is not, a Drew Barrymore production. Okay. If the person's 16 to 18, he or she can work full time so long as they are a high school graduate. If the person is not a high school graduate, he must attend at least 4 hours weekly of continuing education at the local high school, or tutor at Denison's. Oh, we're going to remember that name, Denison's, and become a high school graduate. The rules on emancipation apply equally to those in this age category as the 14 to 16-year-olds. Now, so anybody under 13, you would have to go to the cadet org. You would not be able to have a post unless, of course, you got recruited for the ship, which is in international waters. It's registered in another country, not to America, where those labor laws don't apply. And you could go work on the ship at under the age of 13. Okay. So then, if you're 14 to 16, you have to get emancipated. Now, how on God's green earth does a 14 to 16-year-old afford the court costs to get emancipated? Well, I will tell you how easy peasy lemon squeezy that is, guys. You get married. How do I know that happened? My ex-husband was 14 when he married his first wife. So that in the state of California, a minor who is married is legally emancipated and is considered an adult. Ta-da! So you don't have to go through the whole court to prove exactly what you're saying here, Robin. You don't have to go prove that you're financially self-sufficient because you just go get married. Isn't that grand? Isn't that grand? Just go get married, kids. And if you're a good-looking 14-year-old girl, you might even get a full-grown adult husband. Hey, there you go. Who could ask for more? Scientology, yes. Parents give approval. Parents give approval. Now, on that video that I did with Mark Bunker, where he was interviewing his friend Buddy, I let him know that that person's name is, of course, not Buddy, but James Richardson. And that is the security chief, Celebrity Center International, right? I don't want that one anymore. He married his wife, who was 14. Yeah. And he was 27. Hey, everybody from Growing Up in Scientology. We're getting a little spicy here tonight. And just so you guys can see Buddy, he's made an appearance as recently as, I want to say, last year during the Christmas stuff, right? He likes to come out during Christmas, and they put him in front of the test center Christmas area, because it's so much fun. So let's see here. There he is. Here we go.
Hello, I'm Mark Bunker, and this is the world-famous Celebrity Center
just
in
adorbs.
Hollywood,
We're going to fast forward here. I just want to show you guys Buddy.
An annual tradition.
So you can see him at this time.
PD know that one of the individuals
Buddy was 27, 28 years old, maybe 29. His wife would have still been a minor.
I didn't see you. It's called assault either way. Assault. You touched me. I touched you.
He looks exactly the same now with that same stupid expression on his face. Hi, James, if you're watching. You know why James has never come out and said anything against what I've said about him here? Because it's absolutely true. I was twinned with his wife on the Keto Life course. She's a lovely, lovely person. I really hope she's doing well in her life. She left the Sea organization and divorced him. And he's now married to somebody else, hopefully an adult. Hopefully an adult. But this man right here was 27 when he married his 14-year-old bride. He took 3 months to convince her mother to allow them to get married. Yes. See, guys, it's not, it happens everywhere. Colleen G., thank you for this. When Reese Quibell was 14, her guardian encouraged Reese's father to allow Reese to marry her 24-year-old boyfriend. Yeah. Yep. Okay, guys. So now we're going to go over a couple things here. A name popped up there. They're to attend Denizens. Okay. So Denizens refers to the Denison Academy. Okay. This is the California School Directory. It was opened July 1st, 1980 and closed officially in 2007. Okay. So it operated from 7th to 12th grade. Okay. Last updated in 2008. Okay. Lawrence Denison, custodian of records. Now, when you go to Denison online, hot dog. It's not there. It's not there. But this whole shenanigans was covered by Deadline. Okay. This is a legitimate paper here in the Hollywood area. Okay. And this is from 2014. So as late as 2014, Larry Denison's still operating. maybe under another name. Okay, so Hollywood's phony diploma mills help underage actors labor in film biz underground. Okay, so this wasn't just a problem in Scientology, but of course it has a Hollywood connection. All right, so protecting kids on sets, a second in a series. Hollywood is awash in fake high school diplomas that allow underage actors to circumvent California's strict child labor laws and work as adults. The sham has been going on for years, enabled by a plethora of diploma mills, willing parents, hard-driving agents and managers, complicit casting directors, and producers looking to save a buck. That may finally be changing. One internet diploma mill that was a go-to venue for Hollywood was shut down last month by the state of Texas. That should cause every casting director and producer in town to take a closer look at the online diplomas their young performers are presenting as proof of graduation. Hundreds, perhaps thousands of actors as young as 14 have been issued fake diplomas through these sites so they can be employed as legal 18. It's an actual term in the industry, a loophole that allows them to work the same hours, often very long ones, as adults without the protection of studio teacher on the set to oversee their safety, education, and welfare. Has anyone, hello, quiet on set called? They want to say, thank you, Captain Obvious. If you guys haven't seen the documentary Quiet on Set, that will give you some of the background that you need on what was going on in Hollywood, specifically Nickelodeon, which we all thought was just so family friendly and fun, is disgusting, predatory AF. All right. So it also allows producers to take them on location to work in sometimes adverse conditions and late into the night. It's very detrimental, says psychotherapist Jen Berman, host of VH1's Couples Therapy with Dr. Jen, whose private practice in Los Angeles includes many child actors and their parents. Boy, she is busy. It creates a lot of anxiety, depression, and resentment, Berman said. It hurts the parent-child relationship. Yeah, you think? You think? Being forced to work as adults teaches child actors that they are disposable workhorses and that fulfilling their parents' narcissistic needs is more important than their education. It shortchanges them on their education, and that will harm them later in life. Now, guys, right here, she is talking about child actors. This psychologist never had access to the Scientology kids that were doing the same shit that these actors were doing. The difference being Scientology kids didn't get any fame and we didn't fucking get paid. Okay? Not only did all that other narcissism happen inside the cult that is still detrimental to us now, okay, but we didn't even get paid or live in a nice place or have autonomy to, go hang out when we wanted to. Okay? No, we got to live in World War II style bunk houses with cockroaches as our besties. Yes, so much fun. So much fun. So much fun. In August, Texas Attorney General Greg Abbott, God, he's been just in the Texas everything for a long time, shut down the Lincoln Academy, one of Hollywood's go-to diploma mills, after finding it falsely claimed to be an accredited educational system. Funny, it took them that long. Such schools, Abbott said, are often only available online, lack nationally recognized regional accreditation, and permit students to complete degrees in a matter of hours or days with minimal coursework. After closing the school, Abbott issued a warning to all educational institutions to be diligent in reviewing purported high school transcripts issued by the Lincoln Academy. That warning applies to Hollywood employers as well. Following the AG's move, child performers with Lincoln Academy diplomas can no longer be classified as legal 18. and may only be hired as minors. Casting directors and employers will have to be more diligent about hiring any legal 18s with nothing but an online diploma to prove their adult status. Because virtually all of those diplomas are fake. Employing minors with fake diplomas as adults could expose producers to serious legal problems. You think? You think maybe? Finding kids who can legally work as adults is routine chore. It's a chore for many casting directors. Many producers prefer and even demand that their teenage actors be legal 18 because it saves them lots of money. A recent casting notice for Criminal Minds, for example, was looking for a female legal 18 to play 16. Hiring a 16-year-old who's not legal 18 could cost the producers more money by limiting the numbers of hours the child can legally work and requiring a studio teacher. Ew! Gonna have to pay a teacher. Gross. Be engaged for 3 hours of schooling. Another casting notice for Mattel commercial sought half a dozen legal 18 performers. All talent must be a legal 18, but look 15 to 17, according to the notice. Here we go. Fake diplomas can be licenses to exploit children. About 6 years ago, recalled studio teacher Judy Brown, we had a 15-year-old actress on a soap opera, and her agent was pushing her mom to have the girl declared legal 18 so she could be more competitive and not have the restriction of child labor laws. At the agent's urging, I wonder if that was Gay Ribisi. The mother enrolled her daughter in the Denison Academy, paid a $250 fee by credit card, and the following Saturday took the girl to an office building with a small room filled with other teens, almost all actors, sitting at old-fashioned school desks. Fun. The mother later told Brown that the principal, Larry Dennison, gave the children a simple multiple choice test and then asked each of them to write an essay about what they've done on their summer vacations. Fun. The whole thing took less than an hour. Dennison collected the papers, left the room, and returned a half hour later. Everybody passed. Woo! It's crazy. The young actress, Brown recalled, thought that this was the best bargain in the world until she came to realize what it means for a child to work as an adult in Hollywood. Soon she was booked on a film that took her to work in Detroit, where she worked 14-hour days. Oh, for 2 weeks without a break. Much of it outdoors during the night. When the girl's mother protested, she was brushed aside by the producers. The mother tore up the diploma, Brown said, and that was the last time she allowed her daughter to be submitted for roles as legal 18. So it took this woman one time of getting her daughter booked on something in Detroit. She worked for 2 weeks, guys, 14 hours a day, and her mom was like, this is nonsense. My daughter is not a fucking horse. She's a child. Tore that shit up and was like, no more. Dennison could not be reached for comment, and the Denison Academy has since closed. Plenty more diploma mills have sprung up to fill the void, abetted by pressure from the industry to find children who can work as adults. Some agents and managers, in turn, urge their parents to get their children fake diploma and turn legal 18 so their kids can compete for jobs in the same footing as a real 18-year-old. Online diploma mills make it possible for parents to take the graduation exams for their children. Some hand out high school diplomas in a single afternoon, and others award diplomas even if all the questions on their exams are answered incorrectly. The Lincoln Academy and Addison High School, both based in Houston, have been the two most widely used online schools that kids in the industry use to obtain false high school diplomas. Okay. So then they go to auditioning emancipated 14 to 16-year-old small. They want them small. Get them small to play the role of Lalasu in the story about the first contact between Homo sapiens and Neanderthals. Yeah. Parents are paying for fake online GED high school diplomas so their 14 to 17-year-olds can be hired as legal 18 in the entertainment industry. Yeah. So, oh, yes, Natalie Wood. Oh, my goodness. Yeah. I mean, all of these Hollywood elite had terrible stage mother. Look at Lindsay Lohan, guys. Look at Lindsay Lohan. Talk about the worst stage mother of all time, I think, has to go to Dina Lohan. She used her daughter's fame to get herself and Lindsay into clubs, to ply Lindsay with drugs to control her. Thank God Lindsay's making a comeback. That's all I got to say. I am Team Lindsay. You know, and I think she can do a full Drew Barrymore, you know, and come back. So, yes, Mila Kunis was, she wasn't 13. I believe she was like 16 or maybe 15 or 16. I cannot remember, but she told them she was 18. She lied. Now, Mila Kunis is also Ukrainian. So, like, her birth records are from another country. So it could have been easy for her to be like, oh, yeah, I'm from another country. I don't have my stuff. It's a different language. You know, the dates, it's different. Like, you know. So she did have that kind of advantage. But yeah. Yeah. Yeah, guys, this is rampant throughout Hollywood. Rampant with various young ingenue actresses being forced to be emancipated, right? Maybe she was 14. I don't remember, guys. She said it many times, but she was not 18. She was not 18. That's for sure. So, Larry Dennison School was not just handing out these diplomas to cadets and to 14 to 16-year-olds, okay? Now, the important part about them getting these diplomas is the amount of time they had to work and not requiring them to go to school. So backstory. So when I was at Celebrity Center, I joined in 1995. There was a time period, even in 1995, 6 years later, after this dispatch came down saying, y'all better get your shit together, the minors were still not going to school when they were supposed to, and they needed their diplomas. So they rounded up every minor in Pac and Cece and said, you guys are going to school. So we had a woman on staff who, prior to being in the Sea organization, had a teaching credential in the state of California, an actual teaching credential. So she became the schoolmaster for these minor kids. They were put onto a fake TTC. That was the other thing that you could do with minors, is just put them on the technical training course, just put them in training full time, so that 3 of those hours of training could be school, or all of it could be counted as school, because technically they are learning the technology of Scientology. So this woman's job was to make sure everybody could be ready to go to Larry Dennison's academy and take that test. Now, because I had a driver's license, was then tasked, because at the time, I believe by that time, this might have been after I got off the decks in 96. Yeah. I was driving these kids to Larry Dennison's academy, which at the time was way across town on the west side from where we were. So I would take a van full of kids, take them to the thing, wait for them to do their schooling, and then take them back. And they would slowly but surely pass this GED test that Larry was issuing them. and then they would get their diplomas, right? Some of them took more than one try. And every time they tried, we had to pay an additional $250 to Mr. Dennison, even for Sea Org members. And this was coming out of like staff pay, right? So can you imagine the ethics and conditions these kids were put through? The sec checks if they did not pass that first time. I know one person, it took 4 times for her to pass. 4. That's $1,000 that Celebrity Center spent to get her to pass the GED. She was a born into the Sea Org kid, no education whatsoever. All of these things didn't make sense. And I was brought in to assist the teacher because prior to me being in the Sea Org, I was a teacher at a Scientology school, but also because I had had a public school education. They wanted me to explain some of the concepts that these kids needed to learn because I understood them because I learned them in school. Like, it is totally insane to me. Now, just in case there's any question about L. Ron's view of children and what he thinks of them, let's go to a couple references here, okay? So the first one we're going to go over, let me pull it up here. Okay. Oh, yes. If I don't take that off, it pops back up the next time that I come up. So let me scoot this over a little bit here. There we go. All right. So this is legal aspects of signups. Okay. Now on this one, L. Ron says, minors must have their parents or guardians sign the waiver and any note, that means the money owed, for competent treatment. For time payments, right? So if you're being made to pay for a course over time, or in the case of being in the Sea Org or on staff, that would mean that you're signing that I promise to pay in case of contract breakage, right? Okay, so that's on the payment aspect. Then let's go to this one here. Okay, so this is from Policy Letter 26 January 1970, Minors Legal on Students and Staff. Whole policy letter on this, okay? 1, a minor person under 21 years of age. Okay, this is from 1970. So the definition of minor was different in 1970. Must have a parent or legal guardian signature on his or her contract. A minor must either live with a parent or have a legal guardian appointed if a parent is outside the city. The legal guardian appointment must include a statement of parent's permission for minor's guardian to obtain emergency medical care for minor if needed. Okay. In California, a minor over 16 and under 18 who is not a high school graduate must attend an accredited, y'all, school for a minimum of 3 hours per day during the school year. Minors must obey curfew laws. DTS to see that curfew regulations are posted on student board and the age they apply to. DTS is Director of Tech Services. Okay. Staff members who are minors must comply with 1, 2, and 4 above. Parent, guardian, permission slip, and curfew laws. Don't be out past curfew. They must also get a work permit from the local school. In California, with public school permission, a minor between the ages of 15 and 18 may work full-time and attend the continuation school for 4 hours per week on Saturday. AGs, that's the assistant guardian, registrars, TechSecs, DERs of RAP, routing and personnel, RAP, and ethics officers are to see that their organizations are in compliance with this policy as the law requires in each of their areas. Natalie Fisher, assistant guardian, ASHO, and Joel Craner, deputy guardian, legal US, Bob Thomas, deputy guardian US, Leaf Windle, policy review section, WW Jane Kember. Jane Kember, who's still in OSA, guys, was the guardian worldwide. The guardian worldwide for L. Ron Hubbard. Yeah. Jane Kember is somebody to be feared. My mom worked with her. She's not to be trifled with. Then we have, this is from OT, this is from class 8. Okay. Now, in this class 8 lecture is transcribed here, is what Standard Tech does. He says, you know, everyone's clapping. That's why he says thank you at the beginning. And here we are. What's the date? It's the 25th of September, AD 18. In the parlance of the former religions, 1968. Because he decided to change. AD means after Dianetics, guys. This is how egotistical, maniacal this fucking guy was. Okay. So blah, 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 blah. It's a lot of blah, blah, blah. Until we get down to, where are you? So much, guys. Oh my God. How do I? Where did it go? I just wanted you guys to see the first part. As you guys can see, this is a long lecture. Okay. There we go. Okay, here we go. So this is him talking about going over people's folders for their sessions. I just did a folder just a few minutes before I came down here on a little kid. We have a lot of little cadets in the Sea Org, and they're pretty much on the ball. And this little kid, I don't know how old it is. I don't know, 7, 8, something like that. Well, an auditor actually doesn't respect the PC if he's a little kid to the extent that he did. And it's absolutely fascinating how the misapplication of technology, just a hairline, knocks the kid around. So unfortunate that misapplication of technology can just whack a kid around like that. Yeah. In the first place, he's being audited from too high an altitude. So to easily protect himself. So there was that, an overlisted list on a power process. They're doing power, guys. A power process is like the next step before the OT levels. Okay. It went on and on and on. I can't imagine what the hell the auditor was thinking about. What in the name of God was going on? He had his first blowdown. It went bong, bong. And he even mentions it. He marked it and everything. And then he went on listing, went on listing. Well, the kid seemed all right. The proper action was have him walk back into session and have the overlisted list indicated. And that did happen. And the needle FN'd promptly at once, very abundantly. The little kid knew something was wrong. And all of that was not much of a review session. I don't know how many minutes were consumed in doing this one action. But of course, to do the action, you have to fly the needle and then do the action. So he has got a little tiny lick and a promise on rudiments and so on. So all of this maybe took 3, 4, 5 minutes, something like that, indicated the overlisted list and got a nice FN and the thing, and the kid cheerfully went out of session again. So you say, oh, goddamn, that's being picky. Wow, the fellow had an item indicated. It was all right. It was the correct item. Just because we had 80 to 90 additional items, no reason to believe, or just because we had 5 or 6 additional items after the blowdown on the 5A is no reason to be that picky. Oh, yeah? One item passed the blowdown when the needle goes poof. On a 5A is one too many items. It blew down. That's it. Okay, so he's talking about someone experimenting in upper level Scientology on a 5 or 6 year old or 6 or 7 year old. Totally normal, totally fine. All right, last reference here. In case you guys didn't fully get the picture, this is from the Sea Organization Flag Order, 31 May 1968. This is right after the Sea Org was formed. Okay. Ethics. A thetan is simply a thetan. Body size has nothing to do with it. The trouble with children is that it is a generality. That's the way children are. A suppressive is a suppressive, whether he is big or small. We don't have suppressives in the Sea Org, whether they are big or small. Big or small upstats get upstat treatment, and SPs get declared. I want everybody to let that sink in. You just heard in a Class 8 lecture, L. Ron, talking about kid 6 or 7 years old being experimented on the ship with advanced Scientology processing that was easily cleaned up. No big deal. No big whoop. And right here in black on white from L. Ron himself, okay, your body size means nothing. You are a thetan. That's it. And you will be treated as such. Now, when we talk about kids cannot consent, this is what we're talking about. Because none of those kids on the ship could consent when they were out at sea in the Mediterranean and all over the world with L. Ron and his little merry band of idiots. None of the kids born into the Sea Organization could consent to being put to work as soon as their little legs could carry, as soon as they were potty trained, put to work, made to get married, forced to join the Sea Org at 12. Yes, they did disband the Cadet Org in 1996. And they basically told all the kids left in the Cadet Org, shit or get off the pot. They told young kids, as young, I think the youngest cadet at that time was under 10. Okay? And they told, because they were disbanding the cadet ranch, because why? Because there was too many dirty children running around PAC, and it was out PR. And people were seeing the horrific conditions that the children of Sea Org members were being kept in. Okay? And people weren't going to have it anymore. They weren't going to do it. Right? And so they disbanded the Cadet Org. And they told the rest of those kids, either you're joining for 1 billion years or go find somewhere to live. Because you're certainly not taking your parents out of the Sea Org. That would make you an SP. So if you don't want to be in the Sea Org, then you better make it go right. Make it go right. Yeah. Okay. So what do we have here, guys? We still have this going on today. We still have children working at PAC, children working at FLAG, children working in these other orgs. We've seen it with our eyeballs. And as we know now, L. Ron and Scientology don't view children as children. It's a generality. It's a generality. Okay? It's an excuse to have bad behavior. Yes, Amber, you're lighting up my comments here, and I want to do, yeah, she was 12 when she first did the EPF. That's the Estates Project Force. That is the boot camp that you do to get into the Sea Organization. Because even when you're a cadet, You still have to go do the EPF to learn how to be a SIRG member and then start on your post. And I'm going to have Amber on my channel. Amber, please, Mama Opal and Nancy, please put my email address in the chat. I do want to email Amber and have her on so we can go over her story. It's a very, we were actually at Celebrity Center around the same time. Our paths kind of went like this because Amber was leaving as I was starting. So that's kind of how that went. But we did interact a teeny tiny bit. So yeah, let's get to all of your questions, concerns, violent reactions. Vegan. Oh, please, I was there 12 hours a day, age 13. Correct. This is another person who I'd love to have on because we need to tell all the kids' stories. Not everybody is going to be brave enough to do this, to write it all down. This is a lot of work, guys. This is a lot of work. But if you can, do it. Write a book. I'm going to pimp it out on my channel. Let's go to questions first. Please put comment or question so that I can find your question. Okay. All right, SPTV gaming community. When did it become legal for 14-year-old to work? Last I remember, it was 16 with a work permit, but I'm also old. So as you see in that document from 1989, they are basically telling you that if the kid is then going to school those 3 hours a day, then that's a loophole. We had minors at Celebrity Center going to school 3 hours a day, okay, with this teacher in a little room, so that they could count that school hours, right? And they did that instead of their 5 hours of study. Well, actually, no. Then they were studying for 8 hours a day because they were doing their 3 hours of schooling and then their 5 hours of mandated, or 2.5 hours, sorry. 2.5 hours of mandated Scientology education. So it was a total of 5.5 hours a day they were studying. Right. And so they would come in early to start that schooling so that they could then go to the 2.5 hours of study at a regular time and then work the rest of the day. Minors were, at that time before they got their diplomas, required to go home at 8:30 p.m. They had to end off at 8:30 so they could get home. They were not allowed to work after that time. Yeah. So it was a whole thing. Nancy, I think I answered this for you, but I'll bring it back up anyway. What's a blowdown? So on the e-meter dial, it is when the needle, when you ask a question right at the end of that, the needle just like slams over to the side. And then you have to move one of the little dials this way. So that means that mass energy is blowing off of the person. Michael, this is a great question. How long is the EPF boot camp supposed to last? It's supposed to be 2 weeks. Some people take months to get through it. I got through it in 6.5 days. Thank you very much. Broke Dave Pettit's record. He was not happy about that. So, yeah. Let me pull up the comments here. Comment. All right. Oh, yes, you're talking about Rabbit's live here. I did catch that live and your input was very helpful. I learned a lot and was also horrified. Yes, please go to Rabbit's channel and check out that live she did this morning. Mostly was talking about Liz Gail, who's back, baby. She's back. You know, go check her out. Apostate Alex in the house. Hey, my friend. Tickets for the 2024 Patron Ball are on sales. Specifies adult tickets are ages 12 plus. Now, that's similar, though. I'm going to give them a pass, Alex, because in America, if you go to the movie theater, a 12-year-old is considered an adult. So they're doing the same kind of gambit that movie theaters do across the nation. So, yes, I get it. But also, like, it's like if you're buying a ticket to something that's generally ticket pricing, right? So. Indigo Twin, I think we could get them city by city for employing minors because I know minor working laws are strict here in Illinois. Yeah. Yes. If you see a minor come out of your local org, okay, that is working, and you ask them and get them to confirm they're in the uniform, report it. video it, send it to the labor board, send it to CPS, send it everywhere. I think you might be scared to find how many of those minors are married. Abraham, I love sarcastic Nora. Well, thank you. She's probably a permanent addition to the show, so I hope you're all enjoying her. Let's see here. Alex, in 1984, the UK High Court acknowledged Scientology policy was to follow the law, but ruled, quote, when one looks at the reality behind the public facade, the matter is very different as will appear. Yeah, for sure. I mean, Scientology's facade is yeah. It's a lot. Indigo Twin. I think that working at 14 to 16, sadly, getting more common with the cost of living so high. But the rules are very strict in some states, preventing them from working late at night. Yeah, my 15-year-old here in Oregon cannot work until they are 16. If they did, it would be like a couple hours a day. So like, who's going to hire somebody for a couple hours a day? Because they've been thinking about getting a job, which I encourage. If you can get all your homework done and you're good and you want to get a job and save your money, go for it. I'm good. You're not paying the bills in the house, but you want to save your ducats. Let's get you a Roth IRA and get you going. You're back. You were fighting with Facebook. Well, hopefully you fixed it, but I can't go live yet on Facebook, guys, because I don't have 100 followers and my account isn't 60 days old. So it's going to be a little while until I can go live on Facebook. Yeah. Yes. Jenna also talks about how children ages 6 to 18 rebuilt the ranch. Yes. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Mike Brown was there too. Yeah. And Laura. Mm-hmm. Tennessee Jenny. This is why I don't have a problem with mid-20-year-olds playing teenagers. Yes and no. I mean, yeah, I don't want kids being exploited. But the fact that Beverly Hills 90210 was cast, 30-year-olds as teens gave us all unrealistic expectations of what we were supposed to look like, Jenny. I'm still scarred. Amber. I really wanted to get my diploma from that school. We're talking about Larry Dennis's because I heard it was really, really easy to get through. Yes, I never had the money. Yeah. And then here's the kicker, though, Amber. I'm glad you did it because my ex-husband and many other people who got their diplomas then found out what that article was talking about. It was fake. And they couldn't use it for employment purposes. And so then they had to go and get a real GED out of their own pocket. Guys, it just gets worse and worse. Oh, Jane Kember died? Well, shit. Ding dong, the witch is dead. Okay, well, R.I.P. Jane. I didn't know she had passed. Donna, I did get your email. A response is coming that was very long. You are correct. It was a very long email. I will get back to you. Oh, God, Amber. I hated listening to lectures by Ron. His voice just hated it. My mom would play a lecture every night when Elron as the Calm app? Oh, that's awful. That is awful. Absolutely. Donna Hannah, this should not be allowed to go on in the United States of America. This is a crime. What in the HE double hockey sticks is wrong with these people? I agree. Absolutely. Amber, speak up for the people in the back. Please keep telling it like it is. Please keep bringing the truth to the forefront. You matter. Your story matters, Amber. We are fighting so that no one goes through what you went through as a child ever again. As Liz Gale so eloquently said when we were protesting outside Celebrity Center, we will be the last generation. And we mean it. So you keep talking, Amber. You keep talking. Oh, Brandy, this is so sweet. Thank you for being a member. You always bring me a smile, even on the worst days. Thank you for being you. Are we able to download your intro song? I want it. I don't know. I have to let me see if I can find the link and drop it in the chat. I don't know. That's not what blowout means in my house. Well, it's a blow down. Yes, a blowout, that's very expensive hair care. That is, I could not sit for that. But yeah. This is also true, Dina. Now, many places allow minors to be religious volunteers, so labor laws may not apply. My wife and I have a joke about this very culty, evangelical Christian sect down the street, and they have the kids in the summer sell strawberries. So whenever I see these kids selling these strawberries during school time, okay, not on the weekends and shit, during school time, marching up and down, the street with the signs, strawberries, strawberries, we call them culty strawberries. We're not going to buy the culty strawberries. But also, these kids should be in school. They should not be selling strawberries by the side of the road to, pay for their cult. But this is also why they very clearly refer to my other video where I go over the contract, that everybody in the contract is listed as a what? A what? A volunteer. They are trying so hard to usurp and go around every single law, ordinance, everything else they can to keep abusing children. Right? This is true, Fat Grammy. Yes. Volunteer ministry rules are different for ages of minors. Correct. This is interesting, Dina. I don't know where you grew up. You grew up in a farming state, so both working and driving were legal at 14 with some restrictions. Okay. Oh, I can live stream on Discord. I don't think... I'll have to check the software I'm using. I don't know if it goes to Discord. But I'll have to do an exclusive live on Discord just for my members over there. So we'll do that. That'll be fun. I do love you, Donna. I just already have 4 kids. Yeah, guys, I keep getting Kim Wexler's ponytail. I love this. Yes, Eric Rader, if you are in the chat, please email me. We need to get together. Apparently, everyone wants to see it. So let's do it. I'm down. Let's do it. We'll do it on your channel. Do it live. Life after work comment. It seems a special type of cruelty to have the children build the very places they experience ongoing and different types of abuse. You said it. Yes. Okay, Stacy. I will figure out. Let me see here. I have it on my computer. How do I... Now, you guys, it's in a QuickTime player because I must have downloaded it. Oh, here we go. No, I don't want that. No, thank you. Delete. Okay. Okay, I'm exporting it. I'll see if I can drop a link for this. Let me see. Where did it go? Oh, why didn't I just do that? It's not letting me paste it, you guys. Let me try sending this to Nancy. Oh. Okay. We'll send it over here. Okay. I gotta pick up the right phone here, guys. Hang on. There it is. See? I'm going to download it. And then send it to Nancy. See if she can get it in there. Put it in my mod chat. There we go. All right. Cannot send. Oh. Nancy, you don't have the thing I need to send you. Well, that didn't work, guys. Let's see here. This is very true. Life after work, yes. Dinner at my house is a hoot. Absolutely facts. Absolutement facts. Let's see if it'll let me paste. Oh! No, I don't want to do that. You guys will never be able to see it. It's in my library. I don't know, guys. I'll figure it out. It was emailed to me, and I got to find the email and then download it, and then I'll try and drop it. Okay. Oh, Eric did email me. Okay, I will check my emails. Let me just check one more time to see if there's any other questions that I missed. Oh. So do they have Dianetics for kids? Do they also have the dictionary, whatever it's called? Yes. Yes. I mean, there's many children's courses, specifically study courses, communications courses that are geared towards all of the basics courses. Basics being like the early books and easy peasy things, fundamentals of, ups and downs in life, all this stuff aimed towards kids. But kids are also put on the Purif. Kids are also put on the regular bridge. So, yeah, depends on your maturity level. Auditing Scientology, Kansas City. I see the same person in work clothes scrubbing the chalk off the sidewalk. Is that person on the EPF, even if it's gone for several months? No. That's just somebody, they're most likely an OT older staff member because they're afraid of Xenu. So they want somebody who has been at least through OT3 to be out there and confront you about Xenu and other things. Paul, is there a non-sarcastic Nora? You've met me in real life, Paul. I think you know the answer to this. I think you know the answer. And would you please tell people that I am cuddly and adorable in real life? Can you attest to that, Paul? Because I thought you were fantastic in real life. We had such a hoot. In Minnesota, getting to hang out and everything, everybody. All right, y'all. This one has been a doozy. It's been kind of a lot, and let's keep our eyes on the prize here, everybody. Okay? Let's remember fundamentally, kids cannot consent. Okay? That L. Ron was totally fine with kids as young as 6 or 7 working. That has been normalized in Scientology since 1967 when he started the Sea Organization. It is a tradition that carries through today. We saw the evidence of them not considering children at all. They are just a thetan. It doesn't matter if your body is big or small. And that's why we keep fighting, guys. That's why we keep writing the letters. That's why we keep protesting. I want to thank everybody who's out there protesting. Let's take a look-see here. Oh, also, I shouted. I apologize. We're going to pull up SPTV.space here. Let me pull that up. And let's see who is out and about right now. Let me just refresh. Okay, we've got Cubs champions who's out there every single day, y'all. Solomon Streets, who, according to Dodge, just got a big win against the Troll. Good job, Solomon. Danny's Impact is out there. And, of course, me. But I want to highlight a very important channel here, Sins of Scientology. Okay? They are doing a series on each, like the big stories here in Scientology, right? So we've got part 2, part 3 of Lisa McPherson. Okay. And here's the first one. Please, please, please. Here's the teaser for that. Go to this channel, watch their series that they've put out. Okay. This was their original trailers down here. Let's just pull up the trailer.
Welcome to the Sins of Scientology, a journey into the heart of one of the world's most secretive and controversial organizations of our time. It's time we uncover the truth, challenge our understanding, and expose the sins of Scientology.
And of course, that is the great Sandy McKenna there, with a voice like butter. Giving you these stories. Okay. Oh, we're going to play it again here. Please go and give them a watch here on what they're putting together, because they really take the time to break down these stories. Like, if you are a true crime podcast fanatic, I certainly am, definitely go and watch. Okay. We have so many people out there. Sandy, I love you so much. Thank you. And give them some love, because the work that they have put in on these episodes is phenomenal. They're finding out things, honestly, guys, that I didn't even know about some of these things in the way that they're putting it together. And it's wonderful. It is wonderful to get all of those things. And yes, I'm going to go to my emails right after this and email Eric, and we're going to start figuring out when we are getting together. All right, y'all. My goodness, you guys are so insistent. I love it. All right, let me play us out with the awesome theme song. And until the next time, I'll see you on the flippity dippity.
No looking back, straight talking style, no nonsense chit chat. Oh no, Nora, that's where it's at. Oh no, hot dog, holding people's feet to the fire, spilling out the truth, never feeling tired. Nora brings the heat, everyone's wired. Oh no, Nora, what you inspire. No hot dog, holding people's feet to the fire, spilling out the truth, never feeling tired. Nora brings the heat, everyone's wired. Oh no, Nora, what you inspire. Oh no, Nora, you make it sing. Facts and laughter, you always bring straight to the point, no messing around. Oh no, Nora, we hear sound. In the spotlight, you're shining bright, brighten up the dark like a city light, leading us through with your honest might. Oh no, Nora, you got it right. Nora won't stop, will never slow down, spreading all the joy all over town. Oh no, hot dog, turning our frown into a smile. Oh no, Nora, for the crown. Oh no, Nora, you make us sing. Facts and laughter, you always bring straight to the point, no messing around.